Also, your new leaders over in League 2, that's right, after they beat out heavyweight crunch clash Port Vale this past weekend. But what will go on this weekend? Can they maintain their lead at the top of the table? We'll talk about that and more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. It's all about Matchday number 20, I believe, over in League 2. We'll get to that in a second. If you're new where you've been, smash it or subscribe and you want to stop shop for League 2, Bab and Rovers, World Football. We're going to all here under one rooski. It is still very tight at the top with Walsall and Port Vale exchanging spots. Doncaster in the mixer there, sitting in third spot. The race, though, it is for the playoffs as expected. We'll showcase you what that's all about in just a second. Big shout out to the members, of course. You know who you are. A big shout out to the Patreons. You know who you are. If you want to help out the channel, check out the links down below. So what we're going to do now is recap this last weekend and then kick on forward to the next week of drama. So here we go then, folks, recapping those last weekend's action, and here they are. We had a few postponements, of course. Storm Dara was in town, but Crewe against Bradford went ahead 1-1 in the end. Port Vale did lose that match against Walsall 1-0. Meanwhile, Bromley picking up a cheeky away win over Accrington Stanley. Barrow's match against MK Dons, they'll do that again another time. Doncaster Rovers and Cheltenham with a 2-2 draw. Chesterfield with a big 3-0 win over Tranmere. Gillingham picked up the points against Salford. We got Grimsby beating Morecambe. We had Wimbledon beating Harrogate. And, of course, Newport County Carlisle. Notts County against Colchester. Both of those two games were postponed. And Swindon Town, big win over Fleetwood Town. Now, the state of play right here, right now in the league table looks like this. As, whoa, what is this? Now, this is actually our prediction league. Wow. That is the state of play right now. Of course, updated the tables, bring you fresh as a daisy, the updated scoreboard. And there it is, at the tip of the top of the table. It is Frosty with 89 points, I believe. Case Gift Gaff in second spot with 83. Preston Hinterland in there with 78. So that's the state of play in there. Of course, we are back on track now. So hopefully you can keep getting involved with the prediction leagues down, but I'm just scanning through that, making sure it is what it is. But the league table looks like this. Walsall kicking ass and taking names. Port Vale are in second. Doncaster in bronze, and those three are getting promoted as it stands. Then it's Crewe, Grimsby are up there, Wimbledon and MK Dons. On the outside looking in, Chesterfield and Notts County. Going down right now is Carlisle and Morecambe, but don't run out Swindon, Tranmere or Stanley at the moment. Looks like it's going to be a 5-horse race for the time being, but they could all still change dramatically over the next couple of weeks because it is the festive period, hence why I'm rocking the hat. But anyway, now these, of course, is the link to get involved with that prediction league. But what I want to showcase you right here and now is the next round of games, and here they come. We're going to start at the top of the shop here. Salford up against Notts County. That's coming at you this coming Saturday, December the 14th. That's right. Salford under Carl Robinson at 12th in the table, 24 points for the campaign, 58% form up against Notts County and Stuart Maynard. That's right. They're, of course, in 9th spot with 28 points as well, but they are winless in the last 4 matches. They played each other 3 times since 2015. 2 wins Salford, 1 for Notts County. They're coming into this on the back of the last time they played at this venue, 2-0 win it was for Notts County back in September 2023. Salford on the back of that loss, surprisingly, against Gillingham most recently. Walsall losing to actually picking up the win over Notts County. That's not even right. They just beat bloody Port Vale. I don't even know why that's not updated, but they did just beat Port Vale. So I'm not too sure what that's all about. Anyway, kicking on forward. The odds here, 7-5-ish. Oh, that's sorry. Notts County beat Walsall last time around. I got you. Salford picking up 7-5 for the victory here. 90-10 in Notts County. We have 9-4 is that draw, folks. We are going with, I think, Salford to get a point here at the very least. 1-1 in the end. Let's go to Tranmere now, Prenton Park, as they host Harrogate Town, coming at you also on the 14th of December. Nigel Atkins boys, they are winless in the last 4 matches. They are 21st right now, and it looks like they might have to do this El Sacchio very, very soon. Of course, 18 points for the campaign up against Harrogate, who are 19th for the table, 21 points also, but they're on 50% form. 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. They played each other 10 times, 5 wins Tranmere, 2 Harrogate, 3 draws as well. Last time they played at this venue was a 3-0 win for Tranmere, who did the double over Harrogate just last year. They are, in fact, unbeaten against them over the last 5. Chesterfield, though, did beat Tranmere last time around 3-0. Harrogate also losing, same scoreline. against Wimbledon. Most recently, 11-8 on is your Tranmere, 30-5 is the draw, 50-4 is your away win here. Going to go with a 2-1 win, Tranmere, and they'll take the points on this one. No, moving on to a bit of a cracker here is Wimbledon up against Doncaster, coming over at the Cherry Records Stadium. Wimbledon under Johnny Jackson, they are 6th in the table, 30 points for the campaign. They're on 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Doncaster under Grant McCann, 67% form. They are 3rd, and of course unbeaten in at least the last 6 matches, but they've drawn 4 of the last 6. Last time they played at this venue, it was a 2-0 win for the Dons back in November the 11th, 2023. Wimbledon on the back of that 3-0 win. We just talked about it against Harrogate with their last defeat, coming against Dagenham in the FA Cup. Doncaster, they're picking up a Desmond 2-2 against Cheltenham most recently. The odds here, 30-10. Your Wimbledon, 21-10 is your Doncaster, 12-5 is the draw. This is a toughie, this one. Could go either way, but I'm going to lean towards Doncaster. They need to win these games if they are to close the gap in on those top 2. Bradford City up against Swindon Town. That's right, coming at Valley Parade. That's right, Bradford under Graham Alexandra. They are winless in the last 6 matches they have got. It's such a poison chalice is this job here at Bradford City, but they are winless in the last 6, 11th in the table, 25 points for the campaign. Swindon under Ian Holloway, they are 22nd, 16 points for the campaign. They're also on 25% form, but they're coming into this on the back of a win. They played each other 28 times since 1996. 9 wins Bradford, 11 wins Swindon, 8 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-0 win for Bradford back in October 2023. Bradford on successive draws, drawing with Barrow and Crewe. Swindon are picking up that big important win against Fleetwood this past week. And the odds for this one, 6-4 on your Bradford, 4-1 is your Swindon, 14-5 is the draw. When you look at that form, it could be a draw. Smells like a draw. And I'm going to go with it. 1-1 in the end. Yes, that's right. Bromley against Port Vale. Come at you over at Bromley. Bromley have seemed to have turned a massive corner of late. Port Vale, of course, whimpering somewhat over the last 3 matches. But they never play each other, these two sides. Bromley are in 14th right now, 23 points for the campaign under Andy Woodman, who has been linked with jobs in the higher into League One with Northampton Town. They're coming into this on the back of 3 successive wins up against Port Vale, who have winless in the last 3 matches. They are still 2nd, but they did lose that big important game against Walsall, maybe even a title decider in their own backyard. Bromley picking up successive wins over Solihull, Gillingham and Accrington Stanley. Now their last, the odds for these is 2-1 is your Bromley, 11-8 is your Port Vale, 25 is a draw. It does smell like it could be a draw here, but I'm going to go with the heavyweights Port Vale to bounce back 2-0 winners to really stamp their authority on this one. Let's go Carlisle against Chesterfield in the Battle of the Seas. That's right, come at you over in Carlisle. Mike Williamson's boys have getting a bit of form. They are still rock bottom, but they're unbeaten in the last 5 matches, drawing the last 3 up against Chesterfield under Paul Cook, who are a bit hit and miss at the moment. 50% form, 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. They come at you in 8th with 28 points. Now these two sides have played 8 times since 2006. 4 wins Carlisle, 1 win for Chesterfield, and there's been 3 draws. The last time they played in Carlisle, coming out on top with a 2-0 win, it did the hosts. In fact, they've won 3 on the spin at their very venue, whether it's in the League or in the League Cup. They're coming into this on successive draws, drawing with Bromley, Doncaster and Crewe, with both the last 2 being at the same venue. Chesterfield, though, on the back of that 3-0 win over Tranmere to get them back into winning ways. 11-5 your Carlisle, 23-20 is your Chesterfield, 5-2 is the draw. We are going 2-1 winners. Carlisle upsetting the apple cart against Chesterfield. You saw that right. Cheltenham up against Morecambe coming at you over at Cheltenham. Let's take a closer look at this one then, shall we? Of course, Cheltenham under Michael Flynn, 50th in the table, 23 points for the campaign. Just 1 win in the last 6 up against Morecambe's Derek Adams, 42% form for them right now. They're 23rd, 14 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 4. They played 28 times since 2008. 13 wins Cheltenham, 8 wins Morecambe, 7 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue, it was a 1-0 win for Cheltenham back in October 2022. Cheltenham on the back of successive draws, drawing with high flyers Port Vale and Doncaster. Meanwhile, Morecambe on the back of that 3-0 drubbing at home to Grimsby. It's 20-17 on Cheltenham. Our red hot favourites, 3-1 is your away win. 13-5 is the draw. Going to go with a 2-0 win Cheltenham comfortably here against a soft spot for me. That is Morecambe. Let's go Colchester up against Newport County. Colchester again also on an uptick of form right now with the Cowleys, 18th for the table, 21 points for the campaign. They are unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. In fact, they're probably one of the hottest teams in the division. They are 75% form for them right now, up against Newport County and Nelson Jardem, who are winless in at least the last 7 games. They are 17th with 22 points for the campaign. Played each other 16 times since 2016, 6 wins apiece and 4 draws. Last time we played at this venue, it was a 2-1 win for Colchester, who of course boasting a 4-0 win their last match against Swindon. It's actually been 1, 2, 3 clean sheets on the spin for Colchester, up against the Newport County side, drawing the last 3, drawing with Grimsby, Notts County, and then Wimbledon. The odds for this one then, we're looking at it. Colchester are 2-1 on for the victory, 6-1. Your Newport County 31-10. Your away win. Colchester should win this one. Going with it, 2-1 win. They might actually get a good season going here now with the right momentum. Meanwhile, high-flying Grimsby taking on high-flying Crewe in one of the big games over in League 2. Grimsby under David Artell, of course, former Crewe, up against his old boys there, managed by Lee Bell. Grimsby in 5th, 31 points for the campaign, 58% form for them right now, up against Crewe under Lee Bell. They're on 50% form, however, they are unbeaten in the last 5, but drawing 4 of those last 5 matches. They sit 4th in the table, 31 points as well. They each other 23 times since 1998. 8 wins Grimsby, 11 wins Crewe. 4 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 2-1 win for Grimsby. And actually, Grimsby have won 5 on the spin against Crewe. Goodness gracious me. And they're coming into this on the back of 2 big wins, scoring 8 goals in the last 2 games combined, beating Stanley and Morecambe. They have a little bit of a momentum going against some northwest clubs. Meanwhile, Crewe on the back of successive draws against Port Vale, Carlisle and Bradford, with their last defeat losing to Dagenham in the FA Cup. The odds for this one, we are looking at Grimsby Town coming at you right here right now, 70-10 for the victory, 13-8. Your Crewe, 23-10 is your draw. It could be a draw. It could actually be a draw, this one. And that's where I'm going, 1-1 in the end. Of course, a lot of stuff flying on it. Very high flyers. David Artell against his old club. And Crewe will try to stop the man in his tracks. Meanwhile, MK Dons coming at you up against Gillingham. That's right. At the stadium, MK Scott Lindsay's boys 7th in the table, 34 for the campaign. They have won 4 in the last 6 up against Gillingham under Mark Bonner. They're 10th, 50% form for them right now. 26 points for the campaign. 3 wins, 3 defeats over the last 6 games. Played each other 28 times since 2000. 11 wins apiece. 6 draws as well. Last time they played at this venue, 2-1 win it was for MK Dons. That's right. Who've got a okay record against Gillingham over the last 6, picking up 3 wins and losing just a couple of them. MK Dons on the back of successive big wins over Cheltenham and Chesterfield at this very venue, so looking for a 3rd win on the bounce. Up against the Gills, picking up a 1 win over Salford most recently to get themselves back into some winning form of late. Odds here 6-5 on is MK Dons, 31-10 is Gillingham, 13-5 is the draw. MK Dons should win this one, another 3-1 win, more goals to the tally and remain in that top 7. Meanwhile, the High Flyers Walsall taking on Barrow, which could be a sticky wicket coming out at the Bescott. Walsall under Matt Sadler, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are top, remember, 37 points for the campaign. Up against Barrow, who are 13th. They've gone off the face of the earth. 23 points for the campaign, just 1 win in 6. They have played each other 8 times since 2020. 0, I say 0 wins for Walsall, 4 wins for Barrow, 4 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 1-1 draw back in March 2024. Walsall, though, picking up wins over Notts County and Port Vale. Barrow, though, haven't picked up a win since they beat Villa's Youth in the Football League Trophy about 4 games back. The odds here, 2017 on is your Walsall, 65 is your Barrow, 5-2 is the draw. Walsall should win this game as well, 2-0 winners, and they'll of course remain a tip at the top of the table. And then finally we wrap it all up with a Northwest Crunch Clash coming at you Monday, December the 16th. Fleetwood Town up against Accrington Stanley. Charlie Adams' boys all the way down to 16th for the table, 22 points for the campaign, just 1 win in the last 6. Up against Accrington Stanley, they are 20th with 18 points for the campaign, but back-to-back defeats. They have played each other 16 times since 2012, 6 wins Fleetwood, 8 wins Accrington, 2 draws between the two sides. The last time they played at this venue was a 3-0 win for Fleetwood back in October 2022. Fleetwood got back-to-back wins over them in that 22-23 season, but coming into this on the back of that 3-1 loss to Swindon, and Stanley losing 2-1 to Bromley. Both sides need a win and desperate. 5-4 on is your Fleetwood, 10-3 is your Stanley, 13-5 is the draw. Of course, Northwest Crunch Clash here. Gonna go with another 1-1 in the end. Point apiece on a Monday night. All eyes on that one. That, of course, completes my picks. Don't forget, get your own in with the old Super Brew Duckies, the old Prediction League. It is there. That's the link. And we'll be back very, very soon for the next round of games. Of course, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. Now we are done so.